Hey guys, today I got a nice little update for you guys, but first, this video is about this truck sitting in front of you. This is a 2005 Chevrolet Suburban, and this is my new truck. It's pretty decent shape for the year and for being that's upstate New York. Frame's pretty clean and the body's not too bad. And I tell you what, I'm excited to drive this thing on the road. I've been excited to get another truck ever since I sold mine. And it needs a new rear bumper for sure. It's got some body damage on this rear quarter here. Some pretty bad body damage actually. It's got a bunch of Bondo. It was already Bondoed once before that. And so, yeah, and the taillights messed up too right there. And obviously, you know, needs a new taillight, new bumper. But overall, not too bad. Tires are bald. But interior and the frame are probably in the nicest shape on this thing. Look at that frame. It's not too bad for upstate New York, guys. It's really not too bad at all. My other truck was way worse than this. I mean, you could still read the sticker almost. So, definitely in better shape than my truck. The inside, it's a little bit, you know, a little bit worn, but it does have some higher miles on it. And I've been doing quite a bit of work to on this thing behind the scenes from you guys. Fortunately, it was just too cold and I just wanted to get the work done, guys, so I just didn't break out the camera in time. So, if I could find the key in my pocket here, I'll start her up and let her run for you guys. It's very quiet also compared to my other truck, and it is fully loaded. As you guys can see, that's the navigation radio. It's got the Bose sound system with the navigation radio. It's got a sunroof, rear air conditioning, OnStar, all the goodies. Center console, you know, it's just quite loaded. Nice climate control, full drive, of course. That's what you need in upstate New York. We got to do the famous GM wiggle. And mileage do lie. The mileage does lie. It said 235,000 miles. That is not true. This is in a different gauge cluster. It's more like 210, even though it is still high, obviously, but it's more like 210. The oil pressure gauge is broken, but that's okay. We'll get that fixed. Oh, we're gonna have fun with the clicks this morning. I think the battery cable. Oh, the battery cable is not great on this thing. But when it does start, it runs good. Power steering is very, very good. Overall, really pretty nice truck. I mean, I've done a decent amount of work to it. I probably bought it for too much money. This is one of the ones I've spent too much money on already, and I'm going to be spending plenty more money on it, so it better make me some money back. But I've replaced spark plugs and spark plug wires on this thing. I've replaced the battery. I replaced the heater hose connection up there because it broke off when I was trying to do the spark plug wires. I've also replaced the radiator. And let's see what else. I think that's about it. So, I mean, it's still a decent amount, but not terrible. Front end actually is probably the best looking thing on this truck. It's still very much straight. And the reason why this thing is so clean is because it came down, or came up I should say, from around the city, New York City area. And down there they don't lay as much salt down, which makes sense to why this truck would be so clean. The only part of the frame that has, you know, it's a little crusty is the rear frame, but you guys can see there's still black paint on it, so it's not terrible. And I've also done some wire repair on the tail light harness there. That's supposed to be tucked up somewhere. I'm not sure where it is at this point, or where it's supposed to be at this point. And the spare tire is gone. But it's basically ready to go. I've also replaced the O2 sensors. There's been quite a bit of stuff I've already replaced on this thing. And let me show you guys a little bit more of the interior. I know I'm all over the place, guys, but it's been a little while since I made a video, so just kind of all over the place. But got the third row seating. Seats are in very nice shape. They just need a good clean. The whole interior needs a good clean. That's my little tarps I laid on when I work underneath the car, or the truck, I should say in this case, because I don't want to be laying on the snow. I also fixed these lift supports. Well, I replaced them, I should say. I didn't fix them. And actually, one of them's still good, so I'm going to keep that as a spare in case one of these fail for some reason. This is the piece of wood that used to hold up the tailgate. I mean, they were like, what, less than 20 bucks on Rock Auto, so I don't know why you wouldn't just replace them instead of having to deal with that stupid piece of wood. Although a lot of the things in this truck, it's like, why wouldn't you just replace it? It's like the O2 sensors got ruined because the truck ran so long with a misfire and multiple cylinders on the front. They were the worst spark plugs I've ever seen. I guess that's not saying a whole lot because I haven't pulled that many spark plugs, but it's still, they were still in really bad shape, and it was no question that this thing couldn't have ran on those cylinders. It was cylinder number 1 and 3 that had bad spark plugs. Well, those were the worst spark plugs. They were all really bad, but those were definitely the worst. There was no way that it was going to be able to fire on those spark plugs anymore. And the plug wires were junk too. So, alrighty, well, I guess that's a pretty quick introduction to the 2005 Chevrolet Suburban. Really not too bad, and I'm really looking forward to getting some new tires in this thing and driving the crap out of this thing. At least not too much, because, you know, gas prices, but, you know, because this thing's going to be a complete pig. But definitely going to be my workhorse for possibly years to come, guys. So, and I'll explain why did I get rid of my other truck when I was just going to end up buying a truck anyway, and I'll explain that because a lot has happened in just a few months to have this happen. Alrighty, guys, well, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody.